I'm going to go over the self-revising and editing checklist. And so right now I'm just going to go over the instructions and the revision checklist. The first thing that you should do is read your writing and make an X on these lines each time that you read your story. So this is my story. My mom has an amazing heart. Whenever I need anything, I know I can always call on my mom. She will always be there for me. One time when I was in college, she really helped me out of a tight spot. She helped me with an English paper I was having a horrible time with. Even though it was past midnight when I called, she listened to me. My mom is loving and caring. So I'm going to go ahead and make an X to say that I read the story, and I'm going to look at now the checklist. So it says my story starts with a strong lead. Circle the type, dialogue, setting, snapshot, an interesting fact, or a question, and if not, rewrite it right now. So I'm going to go to my lead, which is right here, that first sentence, and read it. My mom has an amazing heart. So is that dialogue? No, there's no punctuation, there's no quotation, no one's talking. Is it a setting? I'm not describing a place, no. Is it a snapshot? It's not like an action of something happening that I'm taking a picture of. Is it an interesting fact? No, it's not that. And is it a question? No, there's no question. So if not, I need to rewrite it, and I'm going to add a question in. So I'm going to say, do you know who I can always count on? Who I can always count on. Question mark, my mom. And I'm making sure that I'm indenting on a right number 1 there to show that that's where I'm putting it in. So now I'm going to go and say I now have a question. I rewrote it, so I can check everything off there. Very good. Now I go to my next thing. It says highlight punctuation. I have at least 2 to 5 sentences in each indented paragraph. Okay. So I'm going for end of sentence punctuation. So here's question mark, period, 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 period. And here's my indent. Here's my indent, and I don't need to do the comma. Period, period, no comma, period. Here's my indent and period. So let me count. Paragraph 1, it starts with an indent, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to go ahead and write that I have 5. That's okay. Let's go on. Paragraph 2, indent, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's between 2 and 5. That's okay. Next paragraph. Okay. Indent 1. That's not okay. I need to add something else. So let me read what I have. My mom is loving and caring. I'm going to add I can always count on her. Okay, I need to add my period. Highlight it. I now have 1, 2. I'm going to go ahead and write that I have 2. And I can check this off. So now I'm good for there, and I'm on to my last part. Which paragraph has the most action? I asked the 9 questions about that paragraph. Here's my paragraph with the most action, and I'm going to go and ask my questions about it. So question number 1, what is it? So here's my question number 1, what is it? And what is it that I was writing? I was writing a 3 to 5 page English paper. So I'm going to add more detail there. The next question is how many? And I've already answered that because I said a 3 to 5 page paper. So I can say I've answered that. And my next question was what does it look like? Which is right here. And I need to think, what is it that I want to talk about? What does it look like? I might talk about what I was typing on. So I was typing on a laptop. So she helped me with a 3 to 5 page English paper I was having a horrible time with. I'm going to write number 2, so I'm going to add a sentence there. I was typing my paper on my laptop. My paper on a laptop. What I'd like you to do now is pause the video in a sec and answer your 3 questions. What is it, how many, and what does it look like? Very good. Now you're on to the next 3 questions. Next question is, where was I? Or where was my mom? Let's see. So I called my mom in Washington State. Okay. So even though it was past midnight when I called my mom in Washington State, she listened to me. Next question is the view. What's the background? Where am I? Where is she? What is it that I can see? Where's the computer? So I'm going to say one time when I was in college in my dorm room, and what's the action? I want to be focusing on my mom. And so I said that she listened to me, but I'm going to add some more detail. What else did she do? So she asked me to read my paper. Out loud to her. Okay. So those are the next 3 questions, and I'd like you to answer those. Pause the video and answer those about your question. The view, the action, and where are you? Or where is it? Okay, now you have 3 more questions to answer about your paragraph. What sort of sounds could you hear? Or what do you hear? Is it loud? Is it soft? What do I hear? So I was in my dorm room. It was quiet because it's past midnight. So it was actually silent. In my silent, I put in the caret to show I'm adding it, my silent dorm room. What sort of emotions are there? And I'm going to talk about the emotions my mom had. So she asked me to read my paper out loud to her. She calmly listened to me and made me feel a lot better. Calmly listened to me, and she helped me feel more confident. And she helped me feel more confident. Okay. And the next question that I'm going to answer here is, what time was it? And that could be time of year. I already said midnight. But I also might want to talk about the time of college. So what year was I in college? It was my sophomore year in college. So one time, my sophomore year in college, and what I want you to do is go ahead and pause the video and answer these 3 questions now about your paragraph, about sounds, emotion, and time. So last thing before I check off that I answered my questions is I want to reread my paragraph. One time, my sophomore year in college, in my silent dorm room, she really helped me out of a tight spot. My mom, I'm going to add it, change that to my mom. My mom really helped me out of a tight spot. She helped me with a 3 to 5 page English paper I was having a horrible time with. I was typing on my paper on a computer. Even though it was past midnight when I called my mom in Washington State, she listened to me. She asked me to read my paper out loud to her. She calmly listened to me, and she helped me feel more confident. My mom is loving and caring. I can always count on her. I think this is a lot better than what I had before. And so I'm going to go back to my checklist here, and I'm going to check off that I did which paragraph has the most action. I asked the 9 questions about that paragraph. And I'm going to check that I read out loud again, because I just reread that paragraph in the end of the story. And this is how you follow the revision part of the checklist. Good luck.